Hi everyone, welcome to Edmation. Today we are going to create the ultimate plant burger with very simple ingredients and very simple utensils. We're going to have, to start off, an Instapot to cook our ingredients, or you can cook them just however you like as well, or use canned goods, whatever suits your purpose. However, I'm using the Instapot. We've got the Cuisinart variable speed hand blender. It's Smart Stick. This thing is a gem, I'm telling you. You don't need a fancy food processor. You don't need anything like that. This will take care of everything, and that's why I'm wanting to show you this today. And the third thing is just a toaster oven. I have a Cuisinart toaster oven, been around forever, and it's a great little tool. If you don't have a toaster oven, they come in super handy. Okay, so what I've done for our little Instapot cooking over here is we had pre-cooked some black beans, some beets, one red beet, not beets, just one medium-sized red beet, some chickpeas, and some lentils. Now if you want, you can also put in whatever kind of mushroom you like. I tend to like shiitake mushrooms. There's all kinds that are really fantastic. I'm not going to do it because my son is not a fan of mushrooms, so that limits some of my possibilities, but it shows you how versatile this is. You can really do whatever ingredients. You don't have to do these ingredients even. This is just what I've done and it works well. I'm going to provide you a recipe that you can get a hold of so you can make the exact same thing if you want. And other than that, you have your nutritional yeast. That's fantastic, gives it a little bit of a cheesy flavor. Baking flour, it's gluten-free option. You can use some salt and pepper if you like. These are hemp seeds. And now I happen to like spice. So you can put on anything you like for spice, whether it's chili flakes like these or cayenne pepper. Now again, my family is not a fan of spicy. I am. So I'll add this on after I pack my own burger. My wife, for her bun, likes typically gluten-free bagels, and those are pretty good. I happen to have these brioche buns because my son likes those, and so do I, so that'll work out. But anyway, the main thing I would suggest is you put some of the baking flour in there because it acts as a binder to help keep it together. So that is definitely something you want. So I've already cooked it in the Instapot, and I'll just go up here and I'll get a bowl. Now I'm gonna, on the recipe I give to you, if you want, you can go by the measurements. This is more than the measurements today because when I make them, I tend to make them for more than one day. And so I'm going to put in the black beans, in the chickpeas. I'm not going to mix these, so I'm not going to add these on the lentils, that is. So I'll put these aside. I'll go ahead and add the beets because I will blend that. Some nutritional yeast. Add some really good flavor. The baking flour. And if you're worried about, just get a little bit, kind of for me, a dash of salt. And a little bit of pepper, not much, but it does help, I think. Now, if you like, I'm just going to add a few things just to show you can. Any kind of herb you like. And remember, it's all pre-cooked, so if you're worried about cooking, you know, some people don't want to cook with the herbs. It's all cooked, so you don't have to worry about that. The only thing we will do as far as cooking is heat it up in the oven once we make the patty. So you can put in some, whatever, hemp seeds, basil, garlic powder, onion powder, anything you want. Another item to add, which I didn't mention, are rolled oats. These are gluten-free, so again, keeping to the gluten-free nature. However, that depends on what you would like to do. So add a decent amount of those. I'll show you how quick this thing goes together. Now, of course, I've already opened it, But essentially, you unwrap it. There's part one and part two. There's some other pieces and such things that come with it, really, but this is really what you have here. And then this just kind of snaps on like that. You're ready to go. That's that quick. And cleanup on all of this is super fast as well. Just plug it in, and that's ready to go. So as you can see, it's a jumbled up mess here. The only thing I have not added are the lentils, and really you could add the beets at a little later time, but it's not going to matter on that part. Now I'm going to cover this. I'm just getting a plastic plate here just to kind of cover it as I start it, because it can get a little bit messy. And what this has got a little safety feature on it, so you got to push the top button and then you're ready to go. It's also variable speed. I just leave it where it's at, but if you want to, you can adjust the dial up here. And I have it on medium, which is just perfect. Okay. Okay. Now again, I've added way more than what I would call for on my recipe. Like I say, I've added way more than what I would call for on my recipe. So you can see that it's really ready as we go. Cleanup on this is also incredibly simple. So basically you just put it in something. Get this out of the way. Normally you do this in the sink, but see how clean that is? I mean, as far as that goes. And once I run it through another batch of clean water, it'll be even better. Of course, it's a little bit of a mess here only because I did it on the kitchen counter so that I can show you this. Okay, just finish this up a bit. And we're good. I'll unplug it. And you can kind of rinse off the top. Of course, I would clean it a little bit more on that, but essentially, that's it. This is how easy it is. You push this button, it comes apart, put this away, a little bit of a, maybe a little soapy part there, and that's it. That's just how easy it is to clean that up. So the next thing we need to do is just add the lentils. Simple. Now, I don't blend those with the hand blender. I just kind of I'll either blend it with a spatula, or I can just use my hands. As far as that goes, you didn't have to put the rolled oats in there as well, or even some of the herbs. I mean, it kind of depends on how you like to do it. It's just quicker to blend it all together, except for the lentils. I really wouldn't do that just because they mush up a little too much. Okay. Now what you can do is preheat your oven. To be honest, I don't preheat a lot. Put it on bake. I'll put it at about, 350. I'll have this pulled out, but ready to go. But essentially, you kind of just grab, a handful, so to speak, and you kind of just press it how you want. Make sure your hands are clean, of course. And that's really it. You add however much you want. Make it as thick as you want. And again, it looks, as you can see, because of the red beet, I did it just for aesthetics. It looks like it's going to be a regular burger, like a hamburger with ground beef or something, but it's not. That's exactly what it looks like. But I have a 8-year-old son, and he loves these things. He really does. So if you're worried about kids liking them, he does. He really does. In fact, he always asks when we're going to have it again. Now, being honest, part of it is he loves those brioche buns. So, that's a big part of why he likes it. But I've even made them where we didn't have the buns. Okay, so the next step is to put the burgers in for me, the toaster oven. I'll just lay them out. And if you want cheese on them, that's also optional. And you can have, vegan cheese where it's not the real stuff. Just make sure you get the ones that melt. You might wonder what the aluminum foil is for. Well, you can use aluminum foil, you can use wax paper, whatever you have as something to wrap it up, okay? So I just tore off some different sheets here. I'm using an aluminum foil because it just kind of wraps over itself. The only thing about wax paper is you got to have something to keep it closed. And a lot of times I use that most of the time, honestly, and I just get a piece of tape and slap over it and it works fine. So what I do now, while I'm waiting on the burgers, is I just make up some other patties. So by the time these are done, I've even got my extras done here. And then you just kind of, however you like to wrap them up. I'm sure everybody's got their own way, but I just kind of wrap them. You can do it all kinds of ways. Different sizes, however you like. Stack them on each other, put them in the freezer, and they're ready to go. Okay, well, let's just wait for these burgers to cook. Okay, so I went ahead and let them cook for another couple of minutes. So it was about 14 minutes total. During that time, I wrapped my burgers, which you can see I basically doubled what I will give you on the recipe. So if you want extra, this made 5 extra, and they're thick burgers. So if you really want to pack them thin, you can make even more. It depends on how you like to eat. Add whatever ingredients you want. My son and I will have the brioche buns. You can put cucumbers, pickles. He actually likes his bun toasted for 10 seconds. Yes, 10 seconds. And put some pickles, sliced pickle, 1 sliced pickle on it. I myself add the pickles, the bun, mustard, or mayo. We actually use a vegan mayo, which I like quite well. I'll slice up a tomato, a red onion, and probably put an avocado, some slices of that on there. So it depends on what you like on your ingredients as well. Other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. Oh, I forgot. My wife will actually have a gluten-free bun. I just tried these out. She usually has gluten-free bagels. I saw these, so I got those, and she wanted to give it a try. So she's going to try these gluten-free. What are they? Made by Canyon Bakehouse. So let's give it a shot. All right. Thanks for watching again. Using the Cuisinart hand blender, my Instapot, and a toaster oven. Again, this particular one by Cuisinart. So I'll provide links. I'll give you a link so you can go to the page and see all the ingredients and any of these particular items if you'd like that. It really is wonderful. So here's my son's burger, toasted finely for 10 seconds with 1 pickle on it. And mine, where I put my little ingredients on it. And of course, I've got to take a bite for you. Fantastic. 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 I'm going to eat. I'll talk to you later.